Rob Dibble Show with Ben Darnell in your afternoon drive. Joining us now is one of the greatest home run hitters ever to play in Major League Baseball. He was the first one in Major League Baseball history to do 40 home runs and 40 stolen bases in the same season. I had the pleasure of playing against him in the 1990 World Series when he was with the Oakland A's. His name is Jose Canseco, and he joins us now. Jose, how you doing, sir?
Good. I hope you're counting my softball home runs to make me one of the greatest.
You are one of the greatest softball hitting home run guys I've ever seen. And still for 61, you're 6 months younger than me. You look fantastic. Let's just start with, dude, you did the 1986 Home Run Derby. What was that like compared to what you watched last night?
Well, number one, it's a completely different structure. I think back then you only got outs. I think you got 3 outs. So if you didn't get locked in early and if your pitcher didn't throw strikes, you're going to be out of it pretty quick. I don't think I was ever successful in those type of home run derbies. They were just too quick. Of course, today it's a time issue, and then you get some extra outs at the end. Completely different structure. But what I have noticed is that, when a player today hits a ball over 500 feet, it's a big deal. Back then when I played, 500 feet was nothing. They were pop-ups to our guys. Of course, because we're using the PEDs, bigger, faster, stronger. Another issue was we used much heavier bats. In today's world, baseball players are using much lighter bats, maybe 32 ounces, 33 ounces max. Back then, we used 35, 36, up to 37-ounce bats. So it's definitely a much different game in a sense of structure, and then the weight of the bats, and of course, we had much bigger, stronger players with way more bat speed.
And I bring this up all the time because in 1990 at Wrigley, when I was sitting there on the National League side watching you guys take batting practice, I had never seen anybody on my team or any other team hit a ball across the street on the rooftops. You, Juan Gonzalez, Mark, everybody else, you're launching balls that had to be 600 feet across the street. I think it's Waverly Avenue, and onto the rooftops. And you guys were doing it like it was nothing. I mean, explain, what was it like at Wrigley when you guys were just taking batting practice and destroying baseballs, because that's what you guys did all the time.
Yeah, obviously back then StatCast did not exist. If you would compare the exit velocity back then to today, the launch angles and the distance, I definitely know we would out-distance and out-launch angle and out-exit velocity these players today. No ifs buts about it. It was just a different game. I think, of course, the players were a little bit bigger, faster, stronger, excellent hand speed. And I think the issue is when you compress a baseball with a larger mass, a smaller mass will always move quicker. So when you have the same bat speed with a 32-ounce bat, it's not the same compression. That's the same bat speed with a 35-ounce bat. The ball will compress more. So we just we were bigger, faster. I remember I used to use a 36 sometimes up to 37 ounces, and with tremendous bat speed. And when you would compress a baseball, you really didn't have to compress it perfectly and the perfect mass of the actual bat. I mean, your StatCast was around back then. You see some balls be hit over 600 feet. No ifs and buts about it, which is virtually impossible today.
We marvel, and our listeners marvel at the physics that you know about just this part of baseball. Have you added height into your equation? When we see Judge at 6'8", Shohei's a monster. We didn't know James Wood was 6'7" until last night. O'Neal Cruz is hitting bombs.
He's 6'6".
Ella De La Cruz is 6'6". Yep. Does height add to this factor? Do you know anything about that as far as your equation goes for hitting home runs?
Sure, it creates leverage and angle. No ifs and buts about it. Obviously, these taller hitters have to have more of an upper. They can't chop down at the ball because they're too tall. So they have to have an uppercut swing, which creates a lot more fly balls. I think Judge has a perfect uppercut swing. Judge is a perfect example of not the best bat speed, but one of the best techniques around. He knows how to stand and play it. He knows how to hit the ball the opposite way. He's got an arc in his swing. He's a very large bat, but he also uses maybe a 35-32. I picked up his bat one time, and it's not a very large bat. He also takes advantage of the dimensions in Yankee Stadium. No ifs and buts about it. If Judge were playing back then in the Oakland Coliseum, probably his home runs would cut down 20%. But he's very smart. He hits the ball the other way. The ball carries extremely well. The jet stream to Yankee Stadium, and he's an excellent type of high arc type hitter. He swings from high to low and then back to high. So he takes advantage of his long arms and his long swing.
You did 40-40 first. Shohei Ohtani did 50-50. How much respect do you have for him for doing the 50-50?
Well, obviously, Ohtani is the best player in the world. Hands down, the best player there's ever been because he's multidimensional. Obviously, the man is an MVP type of position player, and then as a pitcher, a Cy Young candidate every year. The man is incredible. You may not find another anomaly like him in generations to come. I mean, the guy can just do it all. On top of that, he's fast. he does the 50.
Well, and you're big too. You're 6'4", 250. He's like 6'4", 6'5", 240. Yeah. I mean, explain that. It's not easy to move when you guys are that big.
Right. The most important step is your first step. Once he gets that first step going, obviously he has to work on that. He's got to have a great accelerated first step. Then he goes from three-quarter strides to full strides while he's halfway to the base, and that extends completely. So he should take approximately 11 strides to get from first base to second base and slide. So if he has that combination down, which obviously he does, he knows how to steal bases. And, of course, guys, we know nowadays that it's a crying shame that obviously back then, if you look at me and Rick and we used to run, my God, they used to throw over 4, 5, 6 times just to wear us down. In today's game, it's much easier. They throw over twice and they'll pick up the third time and you get second base. So it's going to make it a lot easier for these guys who have, a little bit above average speed. We're power hitters, not to do the 40-40 and the 50-50, of course. But Ohtani, I think he's an exception to the rule because he's an MVP type, position player. And then when you put him on the mound, he's a Cy Young candidate. I mean, this guy can easily win the Triple Crown in 1 year and the Cy Young, which is unheard of. He's got that kind of potential. He is head above heels further than even Judge. I mean, I consider Judge the best power hitter in baseball right now. But if you tell me, Jose, pick one player to start a team with, obviously Ohtani has them.
The one thing I think of you when you did your 40-40 is Ricky and Mark McGwire. Like having two guys that were running mates in those stat categories for you, I thought was beneficial just as guy way far away looking at it. Was that a thing when you see Ricky steal a base, when you see McGwire hit a home run, like I got to match this?
No, I don't think we competed in that factor and in that way, shape, or form that we had to match it. We just did what we did. Our ability enabled us to do. But I would say one thing. I don't think it's ever been seen two power hitters playing in the same peak that take the baseball to its limits like McGwire and myself. That probably won't be seen again. These are two players that at a point in time making perfect compression on the baseball. You can hit a baseball over 600 feet. Of course, McGwire, to me, best right-hand power hitter in existence. I think he hit 1 home runs every 10.6 at-bats. Ridiculous. It's just an amazing player. If McGwire would have played a full career like Bonds did, probably would have hit 900 home runs.
Talking to Jose Canseco, talking about hitting. Talk about that a little bit. Where you guys had to be in the same hitting group. What was that like to hit with him every day? And I'm sure you guys had little tips and stuff like that. But you guys, something I'm trying to teach my 16U team. These guys have no pitch recognition, Jose. They don't know the difference between a curveball spin, a fastball, arm angles, how to tip, getting a tip of where you're picking up the ball. Explain some of that stuff for our young hitters that made you guys so amazing.
Well, it's kind of in a mathematical equation. You look at Major League Baseball, you look at youth baseball going all the way down. If you just work with percentages, a simple percentage, you just start realizing, okay, the pitcher throws fastball, there's 90% of chance he's going to throw the next breaking ball. If a pitcher throws breaking ball, there's 90% chance he's going to throw fastball. And combination and so forth, according to the situation, according to where the game is, the actual score. I mean, a lot of times I was a gets hitter because I knew exactly at certain times when I was going to get a breaking ball. And if you look at some of my longest home runs, it's because I sat on a breaking ball. The ball I hit over the lights in Fenway, 600 feet, I was sitting on a breaking ball. A slider I hit dead center in the Sky Dome that hit the top of the jumbotron on a line drive, started coming back towards the infield, I sat on a slider. Certain times at certain pitches, certain situations in the game, you could sit on certain pitches. That's just if you're just an intellect of the actual game of baseball. You look at a lot of videos. You look at a lot of percentages. A lot of times, the situation will dictate what pitch you will get.
This is fascinating.
Yeah,
I
mean,
it's fascinating how much you know about.
You're preaching. It's awesome.
Did you change your swing when home run derby, 3-1 count, situation where you got to put the ball deep for a sac fly or a home run? Did you change your swing?
No, probably a 3-1 pitch. What I really did was concentrate on locating a strike and a fastball. I let every breaking ball go by. But my key was not to swing harder. It was to swing shorter and quicker. There's a big difference. So one example where I got off track, if you look at the 88 World Series, after I hit the grand slam in my last at-bat, I got a 3-1 pitch, and I tried to hit it into orbit. That was an exaggerated swing. That was probably the fastest bat speed in history with a 35-ounce bat. If you can get StatCast to coordinate, mass versus velocity, you can see if I would have hit that baseball, I would have went 600 feet. A little bit over exaggeration. Every power hitter can swing harder than what they show, but the key is to be consistent.
When you were growing up, who was your favorite power hitter?
God, Reggie Jackson. I used to love him because he was not just a power hitter. Reggie was an entertainer. And I think we lose track of that. These athletes, these baseball players, these anomalies, they are entertainers. No matter if they strike out 4 times, they hit 4 home runs. People want to see these freaks, these anomalies, these entertainers just go out there and do the best they can. We lose track of, you want to win games. Yes, of course, you want to do well, but you're entertaining the actual fans.
When I'm walking around Las Vegas and I see somebody in all green and all yellow, I double check, make sure it's not Jose Canseco walking around there. I saw the Tropicana get blown up last summer, Jose, and I was kind of thinking of you. It's like, man, as far as the Oakland A's go and moving to Las Vegas, I mean, that is kind of Jose Canseco. What do you think about the A's finally getting to Las Vegas? What are your hopes for this franchise in their new city?
Well, I think it's about time. I think they, they're welcome in Oakland, it was just gone. It was just overdue for them to move. I think Vegas is perfect. I think a new team, they're going to need that dome to fill in, fans. They're going to need that as an attraction the first year or two, unless they make certain changes and get names to play for the Oakland A's. Now, what would be amazing is, can you imagine? The Oakland A's, perfect dome there, beautiful. And then who would be their manager to entertain? It would be a circus, Jose Canseco. Now, that would be crazy.
I love it.
All right, so you
you
recently challenged Aaron Judge to a home run hitting contest. Now, what? You would hit softballs, he'd hit baseballs, but you were really challenging his bat speed. Isn't that correct?
Exactly. So even though I'm 61, I still have one of the I still have the fastest bat speed in the world, probably in softball. And I've challenged everyone, and no one will challenge me. Even at 61, I'm still 6'4", 270 pounds, great shape, have not lost any hand speed whatsoever. But, of course, you got to look at this. The equipment nowadays that we have for softball, with the softballs that potentially could carry as far as baseballs, and these bats that are just amazing, they're called senior bats. What I look at is Aaron Judge's hand speed. He doesn't have the best hand speed for a power hitter, but he's got very good technique. He makes a lot of contact, a lot of fly ball contact. Can I outdistance him when everything's all said and done and only the furthest one counts? In other words, can I hit a softball 500 feet today with the equipment? Absolutely. Can he hit a baseball, a standard Major League Baseball, with his bat speed? I doubt that very much. So it will be very close to see it, very interesting to see how far a softball can carry against a baseball. Now, imagine if a 61-year-old, I'm an old man, outdistance the best power hitter in Major League history with a softball. So that would be something to see. I don't think he's gonna do it. We did have $250,000 cash, real money available. He could have donated to his charity. He decided to say no. I think the comment he said was, Jose, I don't care how many steroids you take or use, you'll never hit a softball further than hit a baseball. Well, you know what? The bet is still out there.
I've also seen you hit a golf club, and I don't think there's too many people who swing a golf club as hard as you could swing a golf club or as fast.
I can hit it pretty far for a 61-year-old, yes.
Who's your all-time BP pitcher? Who would you have out there? We did see Ozzy throwing you some in Sugarland. I don't know if he was just around
or
if he
cutters and sliders. No.
Damn it,
I have
Ozzy.
a buddy of mine named Benny who throws right down the middle, 6 feet, kind of flat, with nice little backspin. Yeah, my brother, he's hard to hit. He's a little cutter that fades away. He's actually our pitchers on our traveling team. He's very good, but he's not used to throwing anything straight. He's used to cutting everything, and so yeah, he's pretty hard to hit.
I've also told people, Jose, you're one of the greatest athletes I've ever seen. I mean, you're a great bowler too. Why don't you challenge Mookie Betts to a charity bowling thing?
No way, I'm not that good. Mookie could be a pro bowler.
Listen, I bet if you practiced enough, you could catch up.
Hey Rob, I stay in my lane, okay?
All right, so you got a car wash out in Vegas. What else are you doing to keep yourself busy?
Oh God, I got this invention now called the PX4040. It's actually a product you put, if you're right-handed, you put it on your left hand, put on your left elbow, and basically it accelerates club head speed through the zone, whether you play softball, baseball, or golf. And what it does is most kids, right-hand kids, when they put it on their left arm, these kids roll over the ball. What it does is extend the left elbow through the ball. So your left elbow is a guide and also a power and accelerant. So it just teaches in repetition a proper swing every single time. And if you want to use it in a game, either softball, baseball, or golf, you put this thing on, it'll accelerate club head speed a lot, and you can hit those objects further.
Now, are you doing a podcast? Is your daughter still dating Johnny Manziel?
No. That's been over for months.
Okay.
I think she's dating a baseball player.
No.
I said Tommy John, he's a pitcher. Rob, he's a pitcher.
I'm good.
And I forgot what his name was. I think it's all over social media right now.
All right.
So he's recouping right now from Tommy John surgery.
Damn. You are the best, my friend. Love you, and stay healthy. And we'll try to get Aaron Judge. I talk to Paul O'Neill all the time when he's doing the Yankee game, so I'll see if Paul can
try to get Aaron Judge to do it.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that would be fun. Fun.
Well, I mean, the man is 6'7", 280. I'm amazed he's 6'4", 270.
Now, do you still have your big dogs? Because Aaron Judge has little dogs, little wiener dogs that are long haired. My daughter loves them.
Oh yeah.
I think it's like Gus and Pete are their names, something like that. So he sounds like he's a cool dude too. All right, man.
And by the way, don't get me wrong. I am Aaron Judge's biggest fan, but I know I can outdistance him.
I know you can. God bless you, brother. Jonna says hello. So we'll talk to you soon. Thank you, Jose. All right, brother. Jose Canseco, everybody. He is the best. He is one of my favorite people on this planet. We'll take